Chapter 9, Section 3 in the 8th grade workbook is entitled Organizing Data. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple questions here. We're going to start with number 1. Number 1 is asking me to use a line plot to organize the data of the distances students travel from school. So remember, line plot starts off with the basic number line. So that's where I'm going to start here, is I'm going to go ahead and sketch myself a number line. Number line here needs to cover everything from my smallest to my largest piece of data. Smallest number on the list here is 1. The biggest number on the list is double-digit number 11. So we're going to make a number line that covers everything from 1 to 11. And it looks like we'll have more than enough space here. Now remember, when we're making the line plot, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put X's above the number that's represented in the table on the number line. So for instance, the first number we see there on the list here is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and put an X above the 2 on the number line. Then I've got 8, so I'm going to put an X above 8. Then 6, so an X above 6. Then 10, an X above 10. Then 5, then an X above 5. Then 4, so an X above 4. Then a 6 again. So now that this is the second time, I'm going to have a second X, and they're going to start stacking up. Another 8, so another X for 8, 2 of those. 3 next, first time for that guy, but then 2, so another X for 2, so we've got a double stack going there. 11 at the far end, first time for that one. Then 5, so the second time for 5. Then 1, the first time for that one. Then back to the 3, the second time for that one. Then 6, that's the third time for that one, and the same thing for 5 because it's next. Then 7, that's the first time that one hits the list. Then 5 again, that's the fourth time for that one. Then 2, that's the third time for that one, and finishes with the 4 the second time for that one. Remember, the line plot shows really nicely the frequency or how often something happens on the list here. So as we can see, since the 5 row is their 5 column is the tallest bar of X's, we know 5 is the most traveled distance in miles for students to reach school. And we can look all throughout this list and read data. Again, as we talked about in the notes today, the line plot is really nice for all your averages, your mean, your median, your median, your mode, and your range. It's not so great for the mean, however, because you would still have to go through and add up all the numbers and divide by how many there are. So there's no really net gain when you're done from finding the mean this way versus just taking the list and working through it. All right, let's go ahead and go down here and take a look at number 4 then. Number 4 is asking you to make a Venn diagram to show how many girls in an 8th grade class belong to a team and a club. So we want to go ahead and make our circles. One circle is going to represent teams, and another circle is going to represent clubs. And remember, this overlap area here is both. That's what the overlapping area is, people that are on both teams and clubs. So the first thing we're going to do is go through and calculate how many people belong to a team based on this list. Well, we see yeses for team 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So 6 times we see team fitting the mold. And then for club we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times club pops up. So 8 in the club bubble. Now again, in this overlap area, which is the last one here, that's where I'm going to put the people that fit in both the team and the club bubble. So we're looking for double yeses here. So if I go through my list, I see a double yes right away. Here's another one towards the middle, and a second one towards the middle. And that's it. Those are the only 3 double yeses on the list, where there's a yes for team and yes for club. So we're going to go ahead and write 3 in the middle, and we've completed our Venn diagram.